I love data points. If you have not seen my earlier videos, please go and check. I have read about 1200 page financial report of 4-5 companies within the IT space in last 20 days, and that reading has given me such a huge amount of information, some useful insights. But today I would like to remain on a lighter note because I have found some very interesting data we all are very keen to know, that is, or discuss, and that is the salary of other person. And when you know the salary of your top bosses, I am not talking about your CEO, which is publicly available, but in general the people you often interact with. If you are an experienced person, 10 to 12 years of experience or little higher than that, maybe you would have regular conversations with these people. So thanks to Wipro, I got to get some very useful information on the salary trends in India. The salary trend is the people who are earning more than 1 crore rupees. So why I decided to talk about this? So that you get an idea when you will be able to reach that figure. Second, what do you need to be at that figure, right? So I hope by the end of the discussion you will get to know a lot of things and you will plan your future accordingly, or you might also abandon your thought. Let's stay with that. So the data I have is from Wipro. As I said, we will look at the data points, and let me just walk you through some of the data points which I have gathered. And the data points are, let's go to page number 85 in this financial report. It was 83, sorry, it was 83. Let's see, not 85. So here Wipro outlines some of the salaries for all of us, of their employees, and for the sake of this video, let me just put a disclaimer over here. Salary is really a confidential aspect in any company's data or company's policy. Normally companies never allow the discussions on salary, but I don't know why Wipro posted the data so openly, which all of us can see. So next time when you meet that person, you can really tell what salary he earns. So it is little bit very personal. I would not recommend that. So it was little awkward for me, therefore I would avoid naming these people and try to hide their identity so that we don't reveal too much. But what we want to talk about is the trends, so that information can be useful for all of us. And when I say all of us, I am one of you. There are about 100 employees which are above 1 crore rupees salary bracket, who earns above 1 crore in the salary. And the conclusions which I draw from there, if you really want to earn about 1 crore rupee, you must have experience around or over 20 years. That is one trend. The second is everybody who is earning that money should be at least vice president. If you are below that position, there are chances that you will be able to make that money. There are few general managers, otherwise this is broadly in line with our expectations. And if you also look at the average age of these people is around 47-48. So if there is any chance you have, that will be around 47-48 years of or higher. That too if you sustain very well, because in my other report which I got from TCS, that suggested when you reach 50 or above, there are only 1% of people who are working in IT industry. Okay, and the minimum age where you can get that money is 39-40 in this report. Okay, and that belongs to CA category. There are two CAs, one is 39, the other is 40. They both earn above 1 crore rupees. This is about Wipro. But what happens when we go to, let's say, Infosys? Infosys does not give us this detailed breakup. They have shared a common figure, which is how many people earning more than 1 crore rupees in Infosys, and the number is I think 74. Let us check that. I have already got that data with me. Here it is. So Infosys has about 74 crore patis. They are rising. Earlier it was, I think, 64. Earlier I think they were 64. Yes, it was earlier 64. So comparatively, Wipro has more number of crore-patis, and if you look at the data from, let's say, TCS has the highest number of crore-patis in IT industry in India. Okay, and the official figure suggests it's about 103. There are 103 crore-patis in there, and this data is 2019 data, so it should rise above that. I hope. I don't know if it has risen or not, but because the trend suggests Infosys has, there are some increase in Infosys numbers, some increase in Wipro numbers, so it is safe to suggest this should go up for TCS also, right? So TCS has the maximum number of people above 1 crore rupees, but the borderline is they should be they should be whether vice president or above that, unless you are CAs. One other data point which I gathered from this finding is, this research is, the median salary of Infosys employee, and the median salary of Infosys employee is about 6.8 lakh, that to the financial year gone by. So it was even less than that earlier, 6.2 lakh rupees. Now you can think of it, because the large workforce is either fresher or somebody who earns who has experience about 3-4 years or 5 years in the industry. So mostly these people fall into this category, right? And this also will give you an idea how the cost are in check, and then from there I would redirect you to my earlier video on TCS versus Infosys discussion, TCS versus Accenture discussion. And one more video I would suggest, if you really want to understand these data points in broadly, that is employees at risk at 40. So I would suggest, I would add both the links in the description itself, so please go and check them. These are very important videos I have come up with, because I'm sure if you are in 30s, you are in mid 30s, you would want to let's say guess what your, let's say, income would be in 40s, or when you are in 50s, how longer you will work in the IT industry. So please go and check those videos. I'm sure you will find a lot of information which is useful there, and that will help you prepare for your 40s or later. Okay, these are the broader trends we gathered from the financial report of Wipro. And one key aspect which often is not discussed in detail is, yes, I also checked about HCL. The HCL has about 28 employees. I should have that data somewhere. Let me just check where that data is. They have around 28 employees. I am hoping this should be here itself. Let me just check it. Not here. 20, yes, it is here. So if you look at here, HCL has only 28 crore patis comparatively. HCL has 28 crore patis, while Infosys or any other companies, many other companies have much higher number of crore patis there in their company. One important factor here is HCL is almost at the level of Wipro in terms of revenue. Therefore, in fact, if I am right, they are the third largest company by revenue, with 150,000 or 160,000 employees in their payroll. That's a huge number, and they are a very profitable company in last 2 years. So these numbers should be much higher as per their standing in the market right now. Okay, one other important factor which I discovered is often people think the resources which are sent to US or overseas, because India is a lower cost country, therefore maybe they are sending the cheaper resource to US or Europe, but that is not true. NASSCOM came up with a figure recently where they let me just find that. Okay, where they categorically mentioned that Indian companies in general pay about $96,000 to their employees, and the employees are including Indians who are in US or any other part of the country. And this figure is little higher than the average salary which the US company pay to these native residents. Therefore, it is not that the people who are going there because we have cheaper resources in India and they can be sent abroad there, right? So there, I think I've covered everything which I wanted to talk. I hope you got some idea how this should pan out for all of us. What is your maximum limit? Where do you see yourself in that whole journey? Maybe this will help you plan your whole things accordingly. Yes. What else? With that, I will conclude this discussion, and hopefully we'll come up with some interesting similar topics. Stay connected, stay safe, and take care.